Now here's unwelcome news for vehicle owners. Gabriel Flasilorde now lie in state at the Santa Rita orphanage, which the great Filipino boxing champion helped put up. From there, the body will be taken for burial this Sunday at the nearby Manila Memorial Park. Going over tonight's stories, Ver is not filing any motion to dismiss charges against him at the Tanod Bayan. This is a quote from General Fabian Ver. I am not filing a motion to dismiss with or without probable cause. Good night, Loren.
Good night, Harry.
Good night, too, to our friends in Tinagulan, Misamis Oriental. Here's to an optimistic weekend.
Good evening on the final edition of Newswatch. This is Jose Carlos, and together with Loren, Legarda, we'll give you today's top stories, tomorrow's headlines. On government affairs, here's Loren.
Metro Manila mayors today pressed for the retention of a law giving them the power to appoint a successor in case of incapacitation or leave of absence. The president today stressed the need for a change in the image and performance of the Ministry of Public Works and Highways. Here at home, PC operatives raided 5 houses in Metro Manila and arrested 6 persons believed to be members of subversive organizations. In Washington, Reagan did not mince words in condemning this latest terrorist attack. Ann Compton reports. In San Francisco is expected to hasten the ratification of the RP-US extradition treaty. Tonight's feature in Newswatch centers on the increasing civic role of the Philippine Air Force in improving the lives of residents in areas within their jurisdiction. Labor and management bear their respective stand today on the proposed anti-scab and picketing bill. Tomorrow, May 6th, marks the nation's Araw ng Kagitingan, but the day will be observed as a working day. Finance Minister Juan Ponce Enrile went to Laguna Lake today for a dialogue with small fishermen in the area. The second-ranking flyweight recently brought down former world title holder Metroy Vorasing of Thailand during a Manila encounter. About 3 hours later, another bomb exploded in front of the city fire department, destroying a police jeep but causing no injuries. During the meeting, they decided to open the chairmanship of the ruling party in Zamboanga City. In today's meeting, 4 names were submitted for the National Directorate to choose. During that meeting, cabinet members and the military will submit progress reports on current projects and pinpoint areas requiring priority attention in the release of funds. The President said Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei rejected a resolution condemning the Philippine government for alleged repression inflicted on the Bangsamoro people and denial of basic human rights. The Valley Open offered a cash pot of 60,000 pesos, most of it going to the winning pro. 3 policemen and a housewife were killed and 3 others were wounded in 3 incidents in Mindanao and Cavite. The winner of the 8-day championship will qualify for next year's 9th World Championship in Brazil as a representative of the Asian region. A Caloocan City fireman identified as a certain Balbian was injured during the hour-long fire. With defending champion Jacinto Sicam coming in a close second for the lap, the top 5 changed places. 19 events are on tap during the 7-day sports fest with some 1,200 athletes participating from the Army, Air Force, Constabulary, and the Navy. PC team alone has 261 entries, the biggest number among the 4 teams that include representations from the Army and the Navy. Some 1,000 athletes from the Air Force and Navy, Army, and the Constabulary are seeing action in the Little Olympics, revived only recently by the AFP Chief of Staff. Many of the Filipinos in Beirut have already been moved to safer grounds in South Lebanon. The President has directed the Board of Review for Motion Pictures and Television to formulate more definite guidelines in movie production. And in marathon, a crack 11-man Philippine team was formed today by Project Gintong Alay to carry the country's participation in the first Manila Third World Invitational Marathon on September 12, which responded to the Coral Islands distress call, and Joel Barutilla has this update. Single number 3 remains up over the Batanes group, while number 2 remains hoisted over the Cagayan Valley, Ilocos Norte, and Kalinga Apayao provinces. Adoption of a single ID plan will do away with such other identification cards as voters' ID, employees' ID, and similar IDs. The International Metal Workers Federation has called for a complete ban because it claims asbestos causes more industrial deaths than any other substance.
And that's the news for tonight. On behalf of Loren and the rest of the news staff, hope you have a good day tomorrow.
New director.
The Northern Police District will have a new superintendent tomorrow in the person of General Alfredo Lim, who is formally taking over the position vacated by General Celestino Rosca. General Lim turned over the reins of the Philippine National Police Academy to PC Colonel Carlos Javier in simple ceremonies at Camp Vicente Lim in Laguna this morning. Prior to his assignment to Laguna, Colonel Javier was the Deputy Superintendent of the Eastern Police District in Pasig. Top military and police officers were on hand to witness the turnover of command. Some 60 erring military men make up the first batch of officers and soldiers to be confined in the disciplinary barracks ordered activated by Lieutenant General Fidel Ramos. Brigadier General Pedro Balbanero, Military Police Brigade Commander, bared this today in his capacity as implementer of the acting AFP Chief of Staff's directive.
Gabriel Flashelorde now lie in state at the Santa Rita orphanage, which the great Filipino boxing champion helped put up. The Papal Award and Presidential Merit Awards. Information Minister Gregorio Sendanya, in paying his respects to the late champion and extending his condolence to the Elorde family, also brought along the original presidential citation accompanying the award of the Presidential Merit Medal. President Marcos, in paying tribute to Elorde, called him a great Filipino and a fine example to the Filipino youth and people. We'll be back after these. Going over tonight's stories, Ver is not filing any motion to dismiss charges against him at the Tanod Bayan. Conflicting views are aired on the proposal to abolish the Metro Manila Commission. The hunt is on for 2 security escorts of the Zaragoza Nueva Ecija Vice Mayor. KBL MPs ready proposals on Paul's synchronization for the January 7th caucus. The search is on for a Soviet missile that crashed in Finland. The U.S. eyes a productive outcome in next week's arms talks with the Soviets. And in sports, the Rituerto Mandario tandem now leads the Bonifacio Pro-Am. This is a quote from General Fabian Ver. I am not filing a motion to dismiss with or without probable cause. Good night, Loren.
Good night, Harry.
Good night, too, to our friends in Tinagulan, Misamis Oriental. Here's to an optimistic weekend.